Welcome to our next episode of Unapologetically Cultured, where we empower you. Darn. Cut. Next. All right, next. Thank you. Welcome to a new episode of Unapologetically Cultured, where we encourage you to be more culturally empowered and culturally aware. But before we get started, before we go on, I want you to hit the subscribe button and tap the little bell to the right so that you can make sure that you get all of our new uploads. Now I have the pleasure of introducing a world-renowned photographer, Mr. David Muir. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Not a problem. So, first question, where were you born?
I was born in Kingston, Jamaica.
Kingston!
Yeah, you don't know.
Very good. Kingston, so where did you grow up?
Kingston, Jamaica.
Awesome.
Born and raised.
Born and raised. Oh, so you were raised there too. So you're...
Definitely. I left there at about the age you are now.
Really? You were old then?
Yeah.
All right, very nice. So can you explain to us or describe how does Kingston look like growing up? How did it look like growing up?
Well, I don't know if I can describe that by comparison with others. It just was my home. So for me, I just see Kingston as normal.
Okay.
And if I were to tell you, like, compared to what does it look like compared to somewhere else, I don't have another country that I think fits Kingston and Jamaica. Kingston to me is like this most amazing place. It was just the backdrop to my childhood.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that based on my personality type, if I would have had much of a different experience in another city, but I'm really happy and just so proud to be Jamaican because like our culture is so rich and so strong that I kind of, I definitely would say I've made the most of being a Jamaican man.
And you know what? You guys have a motto. It says, out of many, one people.
Absolutely.
Right. Can you explain to us, what does that mean?
Out of many, one people?
Yes,
it
for
means,
our viewers.
Yeah. It means that, like, exactly what it says. It means that there's so many different cultures that have come to Jamaica. Mm-hmm. You know, we were obviously a country that had our native inhabitants. And then, of course, the Spaniards came, and then the English came, and there's been so much occupation. The English brought indentured servants from China and India. So we, out of many, meaning we have so many different cultures that have come to Jamaica that have brought their cultures, their culinary specialties, their food, all the different parts. So, you know, and obviously, I need not say the English also and the Spanish brought a lot of slaves from Africa,
exactly.
which is really the predominant culture for Jamaica. So we have this real rich mixing of everybody, and that's what it means to say out of many, one people. Because once you're there, you're Jamaican, like, and you don't want to be anything else.
But Jamaican.
But Jamaican.
But I mean, you say you don't want to be anything else. I mean, people have their own cultural backgrounds that they've brought to the island.
Right, and they've blended it in with the African and the English and the Spanish culture, and now we have a Jamaican culture.
Right.
At the end of the day, whether you're Chinese, Jamaican, or wherever else you're from, we have people that are Lebanese and other, you know, Arabic and so on. It doesn't even matter.
You're just Jamaican.
You're just Jamaican. Yeah, like, you know, I'm Afro-Jamaican, or I'm like, no,
you're just Jamaican.
Say yadi, exactly.
Okay, so I guess some people will refer to themselves, like they'll pull out like the race and say white Jamaican or Chinese.
When people in Jamaica say something like white Jamaican, it doesn't mean race.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because in Jamaica, though we do, you know, pay some attention to race, it's very, very, very little.
Okay.
What it is like in Jamaica, if I say, this is my hand, what would you call this?
Your shirt.
Okay.
Oh, I mean.
Very good. In Jamaica,
your arm
right, so it's technically my arm, but this is, in Jamaica, this is your hand.
Right.
So if I, but so we get very literal about stuff. So this is what? What's this here?
The palm of your hand.
Right, but in Jamaica, we say your hand middle.
Okay, your hand middle.
Right.
Okay.
So white Jamaican is just describing that they're white, not saying that they're different. It's just like, oh, it's a white man or a tall man. So for example, I'm a short Jamaican. It's not,
Well, yeah, like
right. So
yeah.
anywhere we go, we're gonna say things like that. Oh, what's his name? Tall man.
descriptor.
Right.
A
So that's
descriptor.
what the white means. It's not separating them from like black Jamaican
Jamaican.
or African. You understand? It's not.
Oh,
it's not
okay,
like saying,
okay.
oh, he's a
Like
European.
that tall man right there, like
Right. It's just a descriptor. So
Got it, okay.
a white
Pure
Jamaican.
descriptor.
Yeah, it's just exactly.
Okay.
So it's kind of weird, but Jamaica is very literal in that way, like hand,
Okay.
middle, and stuff like that. We say things
right.
as descriptors. Like
Got it.
instead of
It's not like in America how we say you're African American.
right, because
or
that's almost saying
American.
you're lesser than or you have some.
Right, like
yeah.
we're all
We-
American. It's just
right,
we have
but those descriptors are meant to divide.
correct.
In Jamaica,
It's not
white
like
Jamaican,
that.
it's just a descriptor. It's like, oh,
Got
yeah,
it.
that white brother. Yeah, that
Got
brother,
it.
you know?
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
exactly.
So for all of you who didn't understand, now you understand. Okay. In Jamaica, what language do they speak?
English.
English?
Absolutely.
No, some people will say, well, no, it's
You said what language?
so it's
we
English.
have one language.
So it's a dialect of Patois.
Right, so some people would like to say that Patois is another language. But
don't
it's,
think so?
well, but I'm going to ask you, is Patois another language?
Well, I'm not Jamaican.
Right, so I'm asking
but
your opinion because I'm biased.
okay, so I think that Jamaican Patois, it's an English Creole, according to the research that I've done.
Sure, does that make it another language?
Yes,
So a Creole is a separate language?
correct.
Okay.
Creole, yes. So I call Jamaican Patois an English Creole because that's what it, according
Okay.
to my research.
Got
yes.
you. So then I'll accept that our dialect is a Creole, and that therefore I speak two languages because I certainly speak English and I certainly speak Patois.
Yes.
I mean, sorry, Creole,
English
Jamaican Creole,
yes.
or whatever. Yeah.
Well, it is. I mean, many people won't agree because I've had many discussions with many people in the West Indies.
There have been many disagreements. I
Yeah.
know. So I'll accept your definition. I know I'm all of a sudden I'm bilingual.
Bilingual.
I like you a lot. That's
Awesome.
awesome. I just became
Awesome.
bilingual.
Yes, you are. When someone asks you where you're from in general, how do you respond?
I'm from Jamaica. If I know you're Jamaican, I'll say I'm from Kingston to give you a more specific description of where I'm from.
Okay.
But if you're not Jamaican, then Jamaica.
Jamaica.
I was born and grew up there. What else could I say?
Okay, so when you're speaking to a Jamaican born or a Jamaican, sorry.
A Jamaican.
A Jamaican in
Jamaican.
general, why do you feel the need to specify where in the country of Jamaica you're from? Like what
Because
difference does it make?
Because they would already know. If they're speaking to me, they already know I'm from Jamaica. So if they ask the question, they clearly want more information.
Got
So people would look at me and assume I'm not Jamaican. But the minute we start to talk, they'll know, oh
Think you're an
yeah,
accent.
they'll know in my yard. So
How do you feel though when the people from other islands in the Caribbean and someone who's not from the Caribbean comes and asks them, "Hey, are you from Jamaica?" And it's like, "No, I'm from Turks and Caicos," or "No, I'm from the
So
GI."
here's the thing. I don't feel any way about that. I know that being Jamaican means you're most dominant, and therefore it's going to be assumed.
English speaking. Most
Just-
dominant.
I hear you trying to sneak yourself in there, but I'm just meaning sincerely.
No.
We are most dominant without any clarifiers. no, I'm being silly. As a Jamaican man, I know for sure I'm extremely confident that we are of the best of everything. It doesn't mean we're better than. I'm not suggesting better
No,
than.
I understand.
I'm just saying we are of the best of everything. We are
Okay.
the best in our creativity, we're the best in our love, we're the best in our giving to society and to building the world. I mean, Jamaicans have done some amazing things.
No, I agree.
And so have other cultures.
Of course.
I'm just saying we are of the best of everything.
Of the best.
Of the best. Which means that we exude a confidence and we sort of own our space.
In terms of culture, I want you to finish this sentence. I am proud to be.
I do a whole lot of things. You have time for me to say
Well,
all
give
the
me
things
one.
I'm from?
Give me one thing.
I'm absolutely proud to be Jamaican. I'm absolutely proud to be a good man.
Okay.
And I use a qualifier only because some people think of men in negative ways. I hate when people do things that are
They generalize.
generalized
Yeah.
and even more than that, but I'm going to just leave it there for now. I am an extremely proud black man because here's the thing. A lot of people are going to look at me and not know for sure. You and I know for sure.
Right.
But I'll tell you what, my driver's license says white. Because even though I checked black on the form, the person who's looked at me checked off white. I get stopped by the cops, and quite often they're referring to me as a white man. A ticket that I get will check off white. So,
even with your fro?
well, you know, I change my hair a lot.
Well, yeah, you
so,
do.
so, but even with my fro, I'm going to be accepted in a different way because of the complexion of my skin. Not because of how I speak, not because of the clear indications in other places that I am a black man. But yeah, so I get multiple categories all the time.
They can't really fit you into the different
Right.
They just,
So I'll have people who will think I'm faking one way or another because I fit into many boxes. So people might think I'm faking to be a black man because I to them look like a Hispanic man.
what are some other great things you can share with us?
About Jamaica?
About Jamaica, like
Oh my
food,
gosh.
like anything.
Like, so that's the thing about being Jamaican. Everything about being Jamaican is good. Like, so seriously, like some of the absolute greatest painters, sculptors, there's no part of being Jamaican that's not really awesome. Specifically the food. So in the culinary side of things, it comes from being poor and having to be creative.
Okay.
So you have to push the envelope. It's kind of like how my photography becomes outstanding. It's because I'm willing to push beyond an extreme. And what happens for a nation that had a lot of poverty coming out of slavery and colonialism, the people who had little had to make do with little.
What they had,
And
yeah.
so they had to get extremely creative to make things nice. And that's why we have this fantastic cuisine.
Right.
So it's not just that we have the blended cultures out of many, one people, one food, that's, you know, like all these different cultures mixed together. But then when you have to mix scarce resources, then you have to really make the most of everything. Think about something like oxtail. Other countries make oxtail.
Right.
So it's not Jamaican
Throughout the
only.
Caribbean, yeah.
Right. But it's a Jamaican, you go to a Jamaican restaurant, people are going to want to get oxtail.
Right.
Why are oxtails popular? It was because it was the waist. Nobody wanted the tail. Right, so that's what the people had to do to make something great out of it. Same with cow foot and cow tongue, and you could go all down the road of
Right.
all the parts that were waste that we had to make into these.
Those turn into
and now they're
delicacies.
exactly.
Yeah, and not just Jamaica, like you said.
It's not-
Everywhere.
yes,
Haiti,
everywhere.
even here in America with the African American community as well, with the soul food. What are some negative stereotypes?
I don't focus on that.
No.
I think I mentioned one, which is the perception of crime. The truth is, crime is everywhere. If you're gonna focus on crime, you're gonna find it. Like, it's easy to promote negative stuff. Come to Jamaica, it's a great experience. I actually have a book on Jamaica.
I was gonna ask you about that. So
Okay.
you have a book called Pieces of Jamaica.
I do.
Can you explain to us a little bit more about the book?
I certainly can. So, wow, Pieces of Jamaica is the result of my love and pride for Jamaica. Having moved away from Jamaica in 1996, because I missed and loved Jamaica so much, I wanted to do something that really helped me to hold on to my memories and to cherish Jamaica.
Okay.
So my trek began with me just documenting things that meant something to me. I was just collecting images that would remind me of my home and my love for Jamaica. I was asked if I would have been interested in doing a collection that would show this. It wasn't necessarily a book to begin with, but just something to put the collection as something that people could interact with. And that led to the publishing of a book later that year. So in 2012, August, which would have been the 50th anniversary of our independence, we published the book Pieces of Jamaica.
Awesome.
Definitely. And so
Very
this is
nice.
it. It's right here.
Okay.
Ta-da! Pieces of Jamaica.
Very nice.
Please take a peek.
Very, very nice. Where can they find this?
You can go to piecesofjamaica.com. It's very simple. Piecesofjamaica.com. You can get the book online.
Very nice. Well, thank you, Mr. David Muir.
That's it?
Yeah.
Come on. What a short interview.
I know I'm awesome. I'm kidding. No,
You are awesome.
Thank you.
You
But
are.
this ends our segment of Unapologetically Cultured. Stay tuned. See ya.
See ya. That's done already.
That's mine.
It's okay. It's life.
That wasn't 12 minutes.
Yeah, all the retakes. But before you cut.
All right, wait.
Oh, that's a cut? I love you. You're cute. That's not how it works.
No.
But it's all good.
We gotta stop it then.
No, we don't. You can let it roll.
Well, my 12 minutes are gonna be up.
Okay. Like Haiti, right?
I was just thinking that.
I was reading
Just
your
like
mind.
Haiti. You were. Wow,
Yeah,
very
'cause
good.
every Caribbean national that looks at it thinks it's their country.
Right.
It's like, oh, this is just like,
yeah.
exactly. But this is why I wanted to do it, because you don't see this in America.
You sure don't.
Right, so I wanted this story. I wanted to own this story for myself.